And what about the sisters?
Yeah, man. What about the way you treated Whitley?
Don't you even go there with me.
Don't state the obvious one.
This is hard on me, too. I didn't know this was gonna happen, but we gotta be professional. We gotta take
Okay, I'll be there for you, all right?
you, that's
Do the
all.
green tea ice cream. After that, I can make no promises.
What happened to Jasmine Guy? You might remember her as the iconic Whitley Gilbert from A Different World. But today, Jasmine's life tells a much deeper emotional story. In this video, we're diving into the untold truth about Jasmine Guy's life today, including tearful memories of Tupac Shakur's heartbreaking prediction about his life, the emotional toll of her divorce, and the health rumors that have made headlines. Stay tuned, because you won't believe the dramatic changes in her life, and you might even gasp when you see her now. But before we dive in, let's take a moment to look back at her journey and see what she's been through. Jasmine Guy was born in Boston, Massachusetts, to Jay, a Portuguese-American former high school teacher, and William Vincent Guy, an African-American pastor and college instructor. She grew up in the affluent Collier Heights neighborhood of Atlanta, Georgia, where she attended Northside Performing Arts High School. At 17, she moved to New York City to pursue her passion for dance, studying at the prestigious Alvin Ailey American Dance Center. Jasmine Guy's big break. Jasmine Guy is a multi-talented performer, excelling in acting, dancing, and music. She began her career with guest roles on television, including a notable multi-episode arc on Fame, before landing the role that would make her a household name. In 1987, Guy was cast as Whitley Gilbert in NBC's A Different World, a spin-off of The Cosby Show. Set at the fictional Hillman College, the show focused on a group of college students and highlighted life at historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs. A Different World not only entertained, but also inspired countless young people to aim high. Guy's portrayal of the charming, often misunderstood Whitley Gilbert quickly made her a fan favorite, especially in her on-screen romance with Kadeem Hardison's character, Dwayne Wayne. The show, which shone under the direction of showrunner Debbie Allen in seasons 2 through 6, became known for its authentic portrayal of college life and for delivering both laughter and heartfelt moments, leaving viewers with some of the most unforgettable scenes in TV history. Jasmine Guy tried to quit A Different World in Season 1 after Lisa Bonet and Sinbad were disrespected. Jasmine Guy is reflecting on a pivotal moment in her career when she almost left A Different World during the show's first season. In an exclusive clip from this week's Red Table Talk, Guy, now 60, reunited with her former co-stars, Jada Pinkett Smith, Kadeem Hardison, Dawn Lewis, Daryl M. Bell, Charnel Brown, Cree Summer, Glenn Turman, Ajay Sanders, Karen Molina White, and Debbie Allen to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the NBC sitcom. Guy, who famously portrayed Whitley Marion Gilbert, shared that she almost quit the show early on after voicing her frustrations with the way the cast was being treated. "I gave my 2-week notice," she said. "I didn't like the way they were treating the cast." She went on to describe how she approached the producers to express her concerns. "I said, 'Thank you so much for this opportunity. I've learned so much.'" But then she added, "I feel like Lisa Bonet is disrespected in front of the audience." Guy felt that the producer's behavior toward Bonet, who played Denise Huxtable and left the show after Season 1, was unacceptable. "If it happens to her, it happens to me," Guy recalled telling the producers. "You are disrespecting the cast. You are disrespecting Sinbad." She emphasized that even if it wasn't happening directly to her, it felt like a personal affront. In a past interview with The Breakfast Club, Guy further revealed how the producers treated Bonet harshly, recounting how they would get in her face and pressure her to perform certain lines. "I'm like, that's a sweet girl because you're not getting all up in my face like that," Guy said, adding that Bonet even had to hire security at one point due to the mistreatment. Guy also discussed the network's lack of support for the show, particularly when A Different World was scheduled against Martin on Fox. a decision that she felt undermined both shows. "You ain't got but 2 black shows, so you put us at the same time against each other?" she said. "And what had we done to deserve this kind of disservice?" She noted that the decision to move the shows to competing time slots was a setback for the series. Jasmine Guy and Kadeem Hardison once confessed they kept souvenirs from A Different World. As A Different World wrapped up, 2 of its stars, Jasmine Guy and Kadeem Hardison, kept some memorable souvenirs from the set, which they later shared on The Reel. When asked by the hosts what they had kept, Guy revealed she took home an old rotary phone and some Andy Warhol-inspired memorabilia. Hardison, on the other hand, shared that he snagged a jacket he helped design, along with a pair of glasses and a saddlebag. Even though the show had ended, both actors cherished not just the physical items, but the fond memories of filming together. When asked about her most memorable moment from the show, Guy recalled the time she first met Denzel Washington. "Right when the girls were coming to tap me on the shoulder, it was the real Denzel. I freaked out. I thought I was seeing a ghost," she laughed, clearly still excited by the experience. Although Guy and Hardison played on-screen lovers, their real-life relationships were with other people at the time. Hardison was dating Cree Summer, and Guy was in a relationship with Dominic Hoffman. The cast even made headlines when they visited a school event in 1989, presenting a $100,000 scholarship donation, a prize they won as part of a company competition. Hardison described the on-screen chemistry as feeling like having a work wife and home wife, and said it never interfered with their professional lives. In 2016, Hardison and Guy had a heartwarming reunion when they appeared together on KC Undercover, the Disney Channel show starring Zendaya. Hardison was thrilled to work with Guy again, saying, "We did something magical a whole bunch of years ago, and it doesn't happen often." He explained that their natural chemistry made working together once again feel effortless and comfortable. The A Different World cast also had a brief reunion in 2018 when they attended the Ford's Ultimate Homecoming Takeover event at Southwestern Christian College, where they presented a $100,000 scholarship donation to the school, continuing their legacy of giving back. Beyond A Different World. During breaks from shooting A Different World, Jasmine Guy stayed busy with a variety of roles in TV movies, music videos, and films. She reunited with her A Different World co-star, Kadeem Hardison, in Spike Lee's School Days, and played a mob mall in the comedy Harlem Nights alongside Eddie Murphy. Guy also found time to release a self-titled solo album in 1990. After A Different World wrapped up, Guy remained active in television and film. She had a long-running role on the series Dead Like Me, and later teamed up with Hardison again for a recurring role on KC Undercover, where he starred as Zendaya's TV dad. Guy also made a memorable 15-episode appearance as Sheila Grams-Bennett on The Vampire Diaries and appeared in The Quad. More recently, she reconnected with Debbie Allen on Grey's Anatomy, where the 2 women who had shared memorable comedic moments on A Different World struck comedy gold again, popularizing the catchphrase, "Relax, relate, release." Beyond her acting, Guy has used her platform to raise awareness about important social issues. She has shared post-vote photos on Instagram to encourage others to vote and has participated in service projects focused on causes such as sex trafficking in the U.S. Jasmine Guy once confessed the major problems she faced because of being light-skinned. A Different World often tackled issues of race, especially within the African American community, and for Jasmine Guy, those storylines hit close to home. Born to a white mother and a black father, Guy struggled to fit in during her childhood in Atlanta. She recalled facing tension with her darker-skinned classmates, who accused her of being proud and uptight because of her light skin and long hair. Guy shared her experience with people, saying, "I remember getting into several fights in grade school because black kids would think I thought I was pretty because I had light skin and long hair. They said I always tried to talk properly. But I wasn't trying to seem better. I just wanted to be me. As a young girl, Guy felt the pressure to be accepted and began to lose sight of who she truly was in the process. Her father, William Guy, recognized her struggle and was deeply concerned. He explained how tough it was for both him and his wife to watch their daughter face such challenges. She was holding herself back, not developing her full potential. She was doing it to fit in. It drove me crazy when she spoke bad English. It wasn't even an imaginative dialect. It was just bad. But I could tell she was hurting. I told her to just go on her own way and be herself. Though she eventually outgrew that phase and embraced her true self, Guy would face similar struggles later in her career. As an emerging actress in Hollywood, she found herself in an uncomfortable position. She wasn't white enough to land many roles for white actresses, and she wasn't black enough to be considered for the few roles available to black women. Her first significant role came in School Days, a film that directly addressed colorism and race. Guy admitted that the role was tough for her, bringing back painful memories. She explained, "The role was difficult for me because it brought back ugly memories. Again, I had to face the reality of how the world sometimes views people only on outward appearances. I don't like being prejudged." These experiences shaped how she approached motherhood. In a 2014 interview with OWN, Guy spoke about raising her daughter Imani, now 21, and how her own journey influenced her parenting. She prayed that she wouldn't get in the way of Imani becoming the person she was meant to be. "My daughter is her own person. She should follow her dreams," Guy said in a 2015 interview. Jasmine Guy's relationships with A Different World's Dominic Hoffman and Terrence Duckett. When A Different World wrapped in 1993, Whitley, played by Jasmine Guy, had her happily ever after with Dwayne, Kadeem Hardison. But life off-screen didn't follow such a simple script. In the final episode, Whitley and Dwayne are expecting their first child, but in real life, the chemistry between Guy and Hardison stayed strictly professional. At the time, Guy was in a committed relationship with another co-star, Dominic Hoffman, who appeared in just a few episodes of the show. Hoffman and Guy were deeply in love, though they kept their relationship mostly private. Their bond was so strong that Hardison, in a 2012 interview with Essence, vividly remembered it, saying, "Dominic Hoffman, Jasmine's boyfriend at the time, did some spots on the show. It's like you have your work wife and home wife." He added, "As much as that could have been sticky, they were so in love with each other it was never an issue. Good God, if you thought me and Daryl were close, Dominic and Jasmine were inseparable. They brought out the silliness in each other." However, Guy and Hoffman's romance wasn't meant to last. In 1998, Guy married Terrence Duckett, an investment broker. They wed on August 22, 1998, and a year later, welcomed their daughter, Imani Guy Duckett. Sadly, their marriage ended in April 2008 after 10 years when Guy filed for divorce. In a statement from her rep shared with E! News, Guy said, "Jasmine would like to say that there is no villain in this scenario and that she is ending her marriage due to irreconcilable differences. She would also like to thank everyone who wishes her and her family well and asks that the press and the public allow her and her husband their privacy to work through what is a very difficult time." According to People, Guy requested physical and legal custody of their daughter, Imani, who was 9 at the time. 3 months later, Duckett filed for joint custody. Ultimately, Guy was granted primary custody, and while their marriage ended, both ex-spouses have remained on good terms. Jasmine Guy's divorce shook her and her daughter financially and mentally. When Jasmine Guy filed for divorce, she felt a sense of relief, freed from a marriage that had long lost its spark. However, what followed were unforeseen challenges for both her and her daughter. While many assume that life will be easier after ending a relationship, stars like Jasmine Guy often find that the reality isn't as simple as it seems. Despite the emotional toll, Guy continued to let her talent do the talking. She handled the divorce with grace, and the couple quietly split their assets. Guy walked away with her jewelry, furniture, car, and custody of their daughter. However, the divorce came with significant financial strain. Guy was later forced to file for bankruptcy, listing debts totaling $123,503.64 plus interest. Duckett's portion of the debt was reported to be $94,354.71, also with interest. The financial burden weighed heavily on both Guy and her daughter, leaving them to navigate their way through mounting money troubles. The situation worsened when Duckett neglected his child support obligations. Guy revealed that he owed over $40,000 in unpaid child support. Despite a court order for him to pay $1,469 per month, Duckett made no payments, leaving Guy to shoulder the financial responsibility on her own. Through it all, Jasmine Guy remained a fighter, managing the weight of raising her daughter and continuing to thrive in her career. Despite the messy divorce, she has always let her talent speak for itself, proving her resilience in the face of adversity. Jasmine Guy tearfully recalls Tupac, telling her he wasn't going to make it past 25. Jasmine Guy recently shared a heartfelt memory on The Breakfast Club about her time with Tupac Shakur after his release from prison in October 1995. She recalled visiting him at his mother, Afeni Shakur's home in Stone Mountain, Georgia. "I hadn't seen him for a while," Guy said in the interview. "He was like, I'm strong now because he'd been through so much. He wanted me to see his prison push-up muscles and his knuckles were all black." She laughed, adding, "I was like, yeah, you look good." Then he went out with his friends, and I hung out with Afeni. Sadly, just a year later, Tupac was fatally shot in Las Vegas in September 1996. Before that, in 1994, he had been involved in a shooting and robbery at Quad Studios in New York, where he was shot 5 times and later recuperated at Guy's New York home. Reflecting on those moments, Guy became emotional as she recalled how she felt about Tupac's shooting. "The thing that really hurt my feelings about him getting shot like that in Vegas was that when he was with me, I thought I was helping him move on to the next part of his life," she said, fighting back tears. "I thought, you're going to go to prison and then get shot again? And I knew that second shooting, the first time, the wounds were in his arms, not his lungs. I was just so disappointed." Guy also shared how Tupac had predicted his own death. "He told me he wasn't going to make it past 25, she said, her voice trembling. "At the time, I just thought he was talking nonsense, saying, 'That's legend, put that in the book.' I was like, 'I'm not writing a book about you. Stop telling me that.' But he kept saying it, and I didn't understand that world. He knew I wasn't from it. I thought it was ridiculous for him to say he wasn't going to live past 25. That hurt." Tupac passed away at the age of 25. Guy also spoke about how he stayed with her after his New York shooting. "He left the hospital right after his surgery because he didn't feel safe," she recalled. "He felt like a sitting duck, and because I had a low profile and no one knew we were friends, it kind of felt like the Diary of Anne Frank. I couldn't tell anyone he was there." Guy first met Tupac when he guest starred on A Different World, the sitcom where she and Jada Pinkett Smith also starred. The three became close friends, often hanging out together. Jasmine Guy reveals she housed Tupac Shakur after he was shot in New York. During an appearance on Sherry on Thursday, Jasmine Guy shared a personal story about the late Tupac Shakur, revealing that she opened her home to the rapper in 1994 after he was shot in New York. "Well, this all happened after the shooting in New York," Guy, now 61, explained to host Sherry Shepherd. "I was hanging out with Tupac because he was really close friends with Jada Pinkett Smith. We would all hang out together after the show. After Tupac was shot, Guy and Pinkett Smith tried visiting him at the hospital, but by the time they arrived, he had already left. He didn't feel safe there. He had just been shot," Guy recalled. "He felt like a sitting duck. And since I had a low profile and no one knew we were friends, it felt kind of like the Diary of Anne Frank. I couldn't tell anyone he was there. Guy went on to explain that Tupac stayed at her home for a couple of weeks while he recovered. His family was with him, too. "We were all in one room," she said, laughing. "I told his family, if we're going to keep it peaceful, everyone has to leave by 10 p.m. That lasted about 2 days. His family wasn't quite used to those boundaries. "You don't understand. We're the Shakurs. We're going to show you how to have a family life," they replied. It was fun, other than the stress of it all. In October, an authorized biography of Tupac, written by Stacey Robinson and published by Penguin Random House, was released. The book delves into Tupac's life and highlights his deep friendship with Pinkett Smith. They met in high school at the Baltimore School for the Arts, where they instantly connected. "We hit it off from that moment on," Pinkett Smith recalls in the book, sharing how their bond was strengthened by shared struggles, including financial hardship and issues with their mother's substance abuse. The Emmy-winning actress has always spoken about how their friendship became a lasting one. "When you have somebody that has your back when you feel like you're nothing, that's everything," she said. Tupac's sister, Tupac Shakur, also opens up in the biography about her brother's relationship with Pinkett Smith. "All I remember is John Cole coming over to the house all the time, and nothing else could be talked about but Jada," she shared. "His music changed. His people changed. And then Jada came. She was like an entity. The magazine posters came off his wall, and John's art went up, and pictures of Jada. Jasmine Guy has faced health rumors. Jasmine Guy has previously addressed rumors about her health. Over the years, there has been speculation surrounding her well-being, including persistent rumors that she was secretly dealing with the autoimmune disease lupus. In 2014, she briefly spoke out about these rumors on Facebook, saying, 'Had a great birthday? I don't have lupus. Never did. Don't worry. Bad rumor.' Despite her clarification, speculation about Jasmine's health has continued. A message board thread from 2018, for example, shows people asking, "What is wrong with Jasmine Guy?" and discussing potential health issues, procedures, and various unverified rumors. However, there is no evidence to support the claims of health problems. Jasmine has not revealed any diagnoses, and she celebrated her 62nd birthday on March 10, 2024, continuing to thrive in her career. Since A Different World ended, Jasmine has stayed active in the entertainment industry, appearing in films and TV shows like Madeline, The Parkers, That's So Raven, and Grey's Anatomy. She also became a published author in the early 2000s, penning the biography of Tupac Shakur's mother, Afeni Shakur, titled Afeni Shakur, Evolutionary, after forming a close friendship with the former Black Panther. Jasmine hasn't slowed down, continuing to book acting roles after nearly 4 decades in the business. She played Grace Caldwell in The Quad, which aired for 1 season on BET, and in 2021, she joined the cast of Amazon's Harlem, starring Megan Good, as well as appearing in the 2022 film The Lady Makers on the streaming platform. Despite her busy schedule, Jasmine often reflects on how A Different World shaped her career. In September 2022, she and co-star Kadeem Hardison celebrated the show's 35th anniversary, discussing the show's significance both then and now, particularly its tackling of important issues like the AIDS epidemic and apartheid. Imani Guy Duckett is Jasmine Guy's daughter, who is also an actress. Imani Guy Duckett, the daughter of actress Jasmine Guy, made her acting debut before graduating high school. Now 25 and a college graduate, Imani has expanded her talents to include writing and visual art. Born on March 28, 1999, to Jasmine and her ex-husband Terrence Duckett, Imani was just 9 years old when her parents officially separated in 2008 due to irreconcilable differences. Despite a few public appearances with her mom, Imani has kept a relatively private life, mostly sharing her creative journey with the world. She graduated from Atlanta Girls' School in May 2017, a milestone Jasmine proudly celebrated with photos from the day. One image captured Imani and her classmates in white attire, each holding yellow roses. Jasmine's pride was evident in her caption, "My baby graduated! I am so proud of you, Lulu." Imani continued her education at New York University's Tisch School of the Arts. During her time there, Jasmine posted a nostalgic photo of the two of them, reflecting on the years gone by. "Me and my baby 16 years ago, and now she's at New York University." In 2016, Imani made her official acting debut in the Atlanta play Serial Blackface, running from April 2nd to 24th. She portrayed LaToya, sharing the stage with Tinashe Kajese and Gilbert Glenn Brown. Jasmine proudly shared the news on her Instagram, celebrating her daughter's success. After completing her studies, Imani graduated in 2021 with a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Acting. Imani's passion for the arts also extends to visual work. In 2019, she created an Instagram account, IGD Creations, to showcase her art. In January 2021, she posted a visual poem titled Paper Cuts, reflecting on her experiences as a young black woman. Imani noted that while she didn't have answers to the questions raised in her work, the responses she received suggested that asking the questions was just as important as the answers themselves. In addition to her artistic endeavors, Imani worked as a production intern at Team Epiphany, a marketing agency, in June 2022. She also starred as Luna in the 2020 TV drama Open, alongside her mother and actress Essence Atkins. This marked the first collaboration between Imani and Jasmine on screen. Jasmine has always supported Imani's journey, and that support has been mutual. In 2013, Imani attended one of her mother's plays, and she accompanied Jasmine to the At the Well conference in Princeton earlier that year. In 2016, she represented her school at the NAIS Student Diversity Leadership Conference. While not much is publicly known about Imani's relationship with her father, Terrence Duckett, it is reported that her parents' divorce had a significant impact on both her and her mother's lives. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay updated on future content. We hope you found this story insightful. See you in the next video. Goodbye.